What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. We are finally back. I've been out here just winning some championships, you know, nothing crazy. That's why I haven't been posting very much the past month and a half. But I'll make sure to throw some videos in there for you guys. So today, very special, long-awaited Body Armor Sky Ridge Series rooftop tent. So today we're going to be doing a full install on this bad boy, putting on the Ranger, you know, the good old DIY bed rack, and we're just going to see how it goes. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to get this thing opened up and take you along for the ride. There she is. So first impressions, it's really nice. I mean, it's about as small as I thought it was going to be, but for the price range of this thing, $1,000 shipped to your front door, you really can't beat it. So the mattress, pretty nice. Try not to knock down the flies. It's definitely thick enough to lay on and sleep on. Obviously concrete underneath you, so I mean, it's pretty sweet. So now it is the next day, and I didn't really get to film too much of the install process just because we had a full torrential downpour start, and regardless of what I did with the microphone or the camera or anything, my either phone was getting wet or the sound quality was just absolutely awful. So first I'm going to talk to you guys how we did the install. I can kind of explain the instructions that come with the tent a little bit better than just the pictures themselves can do. Kind of give you some pointers of what we figured out that worked for quickest and easiest install on the Body Armor. And as you can see behind me, it looks absolutely fantastic, just folded up on the end of the truck, not to mention what it looks like completely deployed. So we're going to get right into that. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the install tips and tricks that we found, and then we're going to jump right into the tent itself, the quality, my first impressions, all things like that, how fast it is to set up and take apart. Obviously, setup is very important when it is raining outside. Kind of a crappy day, but nonetheless, we're going to get out here and get this review going for you guys. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. As you can see on my DIY bed rack here, the tent fits up just nicely. I didn't even have to use neither of the outside holes for the mounting brackets here. All I had to use was the inside ones, and it fits just fine around the roof rack bars, the beams coming across here. These are 2-inch by 1-inch rectangular tubing. So what you do is the brackets just slide along these tracks here. You do have to put the tracks on. It's not very difficult at all. All you have to do is put the screws through the top, and then up inside the bracket here, you'll have some lock nuts that slide in there, and then the lock nuts cannot move. So what I meant by having the lock nuts in there, they slide into the tracks on the underside, and then you kind of just have to finagle them around and get them lined up with the screws that go through the underside of the tent. The screws, the smaller ones that are the smaller bolts that come with it, will go straight down through there. They have washers on top, and then you just match the nuts up with them. Alrighty, that's enough in that. Obviously, if you guys are going to buy this tent, it's not very hard to install. We did it in about 30 minutes. It is a two-man process. I would definitely recommend having two people, maybe a buddy or two around, just to help with just holding different things when it comes to putting the bolts here and there, getting it centered up on your roof rack and all that. So let's go ahead and get this baby undone. I'm going to put a timer in here so you can know exactly how long it took me. Now, this will be the second time that I've deployed it. So obviously, setup and tear down time will depreciate, as in better, take less time the more you get used to it. So this is just more of a first impression. All right, so step number one, you're going to want to unhinge these. Now this might take a minute because you do need to kind of put them on there like if you was going to strap up a dirt bike helmet or something like that. So it might take you just a second. So once you've got those straps out of the way, that's the two main straps that keep the cover from flopping around. You're going to go ahead and start unzipping the cover. And now the top piece, the cover, is ready to come off, and it's just going to swing up and out and then lay off the side of your truck. go ahead and undo the ladder here, get it set up for my short arms. Now I'm gonna go around to the other side and take off those two straps over there. Now that the jack is out of the way and we don't have to worry about damaging the tent, we're gonna try this again. Nice. Alrighty guys, so here's the tent deployed without any of the awnings or windows opened up. This is kind of how it's look as soon as you open the tent up. And I think it looks pretty mean off the back of the Ranger here. The color is awesome, and we're gonna jump right into my first impressions of the tent. Obviously, you guys know it comes with the telescoping ladder, which is super important for just easeability of using the tent and everything else. So let's go ahead and set up the windows. All right, so included in the tent is gonna come with all of your, I guess, window opening poles. You're just gonna use these, and they'll stick right into the base of the tent there and project the windows out. That way you'll be able to see out of your tent, get air, circulation, all that good stuff. So we're gonna do that now. Alrighty, so one thing I want to go ahead and point out to you guys is that if you have a medium height bed rack, so one that does not go all the way up to the roof line of your vehicle, it's going to be really difficult to get the window that is on that side completely up. And what I mean by that is the poles will come in contact with the roof of your vehicle before you can get the pole into the little recessed hole that are drilled in the bottom of the rooftop tent. So just keep that in mind if you're ordering one, or just most similar tents like this. If you have a mid-height bed rack like myself, you might not be able to get that last window all the way up. Now on the other side, I can get one pole up underneath there, so if I need to kick it out some, I still can. If I just need to be able to see what's outside of there, but it's not really going to bother me too much. So I'm going to go ahead and jump up into the tent, get all this stuff opened up, and show you guys the inside. So once you've got your outside layer, this is going to be your wind layer rolled up, and I'm not going to do that now, but you guys can kind of see. You take your peg looking piece and put it through the circle like I did here, then unzip the bug net. I'm just gonna throw it up over the top here. And you can do the same thing with the bug net. You can roll it up and put it through the little hoops there. And this is going to be the inside of the tent, guys. Now, typically what I found out is after you deploy the tent, the tensioners right here are going to come loose. But I mean, that's not a big deal since you are opening it up. But you'll just want to keep that on your mind. That way you can keep up with these things and put them where you need to. Now, so far, what I can say with this thing, guys, is that the zippers on this are really nice quality zippers. They're the white. All right, so one of the really nice features about this tent is it does have the rain fly on top, but it's not one that you need to remove to access the sunroof or the moonroof, whatever you want to call it. So unzip that. This also rolls up, and then you got your sunroof here. Now there's an option. There's a bed net, a bug net up underneath here. Now that's because there's not a secure, I guess, stitched or attached point. It's just clips that keep the rain fly over the tent, but that's not a big deal. So you can still get airflow through this even though there is the plastic above it. So all you have to do is unzip it like that, And then you can feel you've got even more airflow coming in through the top of the tent, which is super nice. You know, got the clear little piece there. Not much sun to see today. It is pretty cloudy. Luckily, it's not raining though. But regardless, I mean, the tent is pretty roomy. I am exactly 5'9", and if I put my feet all the way at the end here, that's a little more in the hands distance. So, I mean, pretty good. You could definitely fit 2 people in here. It is a 2-person tent, not a 4-person. I believe they have a bigger option as well, but I'm not sure. I'll make sure to include that. All this stuff will be in the description, guys. You can get this tent on Amazon, shipped to your door for $1,059, I believe. That is exactly how much I paid for this tent. There's no discounts there. That is straight off Amazon. So, for the price, you cannot beat this thing. The materials, definitely. I mean, you can just feel the Gazelle. We used it multiple times. It has even stronger materials than the Gazelle, which is nice to see because the Gazelle T4 Overland tent was windproof. It was waterproof. Tested, used it, and this one, the quality of it is already better than that, even with it being a lower end or one of the most budget-friendly rooftop tents on the market at the moment. I'm not really sure how many other ones, even the Smitty Built and other smaller name brands that you can get at that $1,000 even price point, not, you know, middle thousands, not upper thousands. So I'm really happy with it so far. Obviously, we're going to get some good use out of it for you guys and myself and just everybody who wants to come along. So we're going to break it down here in a minute. You can keep all of your camping gear up here, so your sleeping bags, your pillows, all that can be folded up and kept inside the tent, which is super awesome. You know, if you guys have ever used a ground tent before, that was my main reason for wanting to go with the rooftop tent, is because although I can set a ground tent up in 30 seconds, you know, the Gazelle, it pops up really easy. You've got to pull all your stuff out of the truck. You've got to set up the cot. You've got to set up your mattress. You've got to set up this, and then in the mornings when it's cold and you're still tired, you've got to unload all that stuff and pack it all back up, and then it's just a huge hassle. So for, you know, an extra few $100s, which is crazy to think, you can get a rooftop tent for your vehicle, and I would absolutely recommend the Body Armor. It has been awesome so far. I can't wait to get it out on the trail and use it, abuse it, everything in between. I'm going to film the process of me taking this thing down, and my process of taking it down is going to be, I already have all of the windows and stuff put up because that's not really, I guess, part of the setup right now. Regardless, anyways, I'm going to time myself taking it down, and that's going to be putting the cover on and all that kind of stuff, because I'm pretty sure putting that cover on, zipping it up, and taking all the straps and all that good stuff, that's what takes the longest to do. So I'm just going to set the phone up, I'm going to start a timer on my watch, and then I'm going to put the thing up. And the timer starts now. Six minutes on the nose, 5 minutes, bam, 6. There it is. So compared to the Gazelle, back up a little bit. Compared to the Gazelle tent, took me about 25 to 30 minutes to pack that thing up. And that's including taking all of my stuff out, packing all that stuff up, trying to shake off the dirt off the bottom of the tent. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the Gazelle. It's an awesome ground tent. It's super budget friendly, even more than this, but it does take more time. So 6 minutes to have the body armor completely sealed up, ready to go on the road, and I'm gonna say that's a win for me. So I'm gonna do something about the high lift jack, try to get it a little bit lower, that way I can set the tent out without having to take it off every time, because obviously that's a little bit more you have to do every time, but a few welds here and there and that'll be ready to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's about all I got for the body armor 4x4 pike sky. I can't remember the name, but anyways, it is a awesome tent for the money. Everything's got to do with money. I mean, regardless if you just want quality or not, this thing has the quality that I was looking for when I ordered it. It's exactly what's pictured, nothing less, and honestly a little bit more than I had imagined. So, body armor, good job on this. Maybe we can do some business in some future, all kinds of different stuff. So, thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next time for more down south expeditions, the Relations race wheels, rock sliders for the Ranger, frame bolt-on are shipped and going to be here soon. We got cold air intake coming, all kinds of stuff, more adventures to come. So we'll see you soon, everybody. Take care.